Good morning. Today is a cold, brisk morning, but there's a lot of work to do. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video because we are working on brand new pasture. We have some overgrown pasture that we're looking to take back. We've got some dozer work going on. We got some trees that are coming up with an excavator, and I'm going to be planting some seed and taking down some fence. So come along with me as we take back overgrown land and turn it into new pasture. That's what's going on today right here on the ranch. I always want to come out here and check the minerals, both the salt and the minerals. I'm trying to get them put back on body condition after the breeding season. One of the key factors is making sure that they have plenty of mineral and salt. Right now they do, so we're good. So now that I've had my coffee, I've fed the bulls, and I've loaded our buggy, now it's time for me to go over to the property where we are cleaning it up and creating new pasture. This property here is disconnected from the rest of the place. There's some areas on this place where it's just grown up, and what we're doing right now is we're cleaning it up and turning some of this grown up area into new pasture for our cows. This is an area where we may raise heifers and or raise cows. So very excited about this project. While I'm there's a couple things I need to do. One is I need to check on the dozer and the excavator that's working out there. We have some fantastic operators that are doing an awesome job. Number two is that I've got to pull down some old fence. And then lastly, I need to plant some ryegrass seed. Right now it's December. There is a lot of rain that's coming, and so it's a good opportunity to put some seed on the ground to do two things. One, so we can have some grass coming up, which will be great to have a winter coverage when we have cows next winter, but also it helps with washing. This place has a lot of hills and a lot of different almost cliffs. With the dozer work, it's exposing all the ground, so I need to get grass planted again so we don't have a situation with washing. So this place is just down the street from where I'm standing right now, so I'm gonna jump in the buggy and drive down there, and we'll see what kind of work we can get done today. So we're in the pasture now, driving to where we're doing the dozer work. So this place is going to be separated into three pastures. What we're driving on now, which has traditionally been a hay field, we're going to move this from producing hay to grazing cattle. And then we have two pastures here in the back that kind of run parallel to each other. So step one of clearing land is finding some land to clear. In this case, we had some land that has grown up a little bit in tall grass, brush, trees. I was looking at this and going, you know what, this would be good pasture. Yeah, it's going to take an investment to turn it into pasture, but what I always think of is that can I get a return on this investment? And we can absolutely do that. So what we're doing is we're selectively leaving trees. We're also getting all this brush out of here. The negative part about it is we are ripping this ground up pretty good. I wouldn't recommend that if you don't have to. Ideally, if you can mow, it's great. The problem is we have a bunch of stumps here. And because of that, we had no choice but to get a dozer in here and pull these stumps out. In the spring, we want to be able to sprig coastal Bermuda grass. And the only way we can do that is if we pull the stumps. They won't do it if we have stumps. So we're going to pull these stumps up, and when we do that, we'll have good fertile ground to go in and sprig for grass. And then once we get a few rains, I believe we'll have some awesome awesome pasture. But if you can see behind me, this is step one. It's clearing out the brush. It's ensuring that all the brush that we have is selectively removed to ensure that we can plant pasture. And with that, we'll have an amazing area to graze cows. Now I'll show you, once the dozer's done, what we're looking like. So in here is what it's looking like after the dozers come through. Like I mentioned earlier, we're turning up a lot of soil, which I don't like to do. This creates washing, and I have to reestablish my entire pasture. However, there was so much brush in here, this was really the cheapest and quickest way to get this pasture up and running again. Our goal is to have animals out here grazing in the spring. In order to do that, I wanted to get this cleared out so I can get grass planted. And I believe by summertime, we'll have awesome pasture for the cows. So as you can see, this is where we've had a lot of dirt work. This was just covered in brush, and we've eliminated all the brush and also left some trees behind for shade. And you can see in the far distance out there, we're making pasture. I'll bring you along as we take this from woods to pasture and the steps that go into it. But this is step one. It's clearing it. It's bringing this back to productive pasture land. Next on the list is I have some fence that I need to remove. I'm gonna have some fence redone, and it costs 50 cents a linear foot to have it removed. No way, I know I can at least do that. I'm gonna go remove this fence right now to ensure that it's ready to go when we have this fence reinstalled. T-post puller. So this wood post here, it's not concreted in, I can tell because I can wiggle it some. So let me see if I can loosen this up enough to pull it out. I'm not as young as I used to be. Let's see if I can still get it done. So now I'm gonna take the wire, I'm gonna make a pile with it, and then I'll come back with the trailer. I have some other things I need to recycle. I'll throw that on the trailer and I'll take that to a recycle place. So it's not gonna get me much, but every little bit counts. Bent T-post, wire that I'm taking down, any of that stuff I take and get recycled and get every dollar I can. So I'm gonna pile this up real quick, and then from there we'll stack up these posts and we'll be done. So I finally finished pulling the fences, and I say finished for today. There's a lot of fence that we're redoing, so instead of having this big overwhelming project, every so often I come out and I knock out, I don't know, about 100 linear feet or so of fence. Maybe 50 linear feet, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'll just do a section at a time. That way it's not such an overwhelming job. And that's the way I treat a lot of things on the farm. There's a lot of things that can feel overwhelming, but I just try to chip away and try to be productive one day at a time. And then I'll look up one day and I'll think to myself, wow, I've completed a big project. We're done with the fences today. I'm running out of daylight to spread seed. I'll have to do that next time. Overall, productive day. We've got a lot of land clearing that's been done, a lot of stumps that have been pulled. We got some fence that has been pulled up. Overall, there's just a lot of progress that we're making. Before long, we'll be grazing cows on this new pasture and have more opportunities to raise heifers, to raise steers, and also to have more cows in general. At the end of the day, I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it. It's very exciting, just the thoughts of expanding our operation, and I can't wait to see how it all turns out. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with me today. We were able to get a lot done. We've got a lot more to go, but the process is what I really enjoy, and it's exciting to see just the progress day to day. Well, again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time right here on the ranch.